What is up, guys? InstaAE After Effects here, and today we are doing our first tutorial video I've ever done on this channel. Now, I hope this goes well. I mean, it is my first tutorial, but today this is what we are going to be making.
Get it right. Take a walk out on the wild side. I'm looking for a work of art.
So yeah, now that you've seen that, I actually haven't made it yet, so that is the final product. I'm going to be making what you just saw right here live. So, to get started, if you're going to shoot your video with an iPhone, switch the settings to 60 FPS 4K and don't make it really shaky. Like, if the video is too shaky, this is not going to work. But first, we're just going to do the tracking. So, I shot this with a wide lens and I shot it at 60 FPS, but then I moved it down to 24 FPS. Now, the footage is a little weird. I mean, so we're going to track camera. Now, a lot of times what happens is it fails. I can't really help you on that. I guess you have to redo your whole footage and make it more still. And don't do anything reflective or something plain. Like if you're shooting a wall and it's just one solid color, then it's obviously not going to work. But like on a garage like this is, there's little tiny teeny track points and these lines kind of help a bit. Or nothing black, because black isn't really reflective. But yeah, so I'm going to skip. Now that this is done, one problem, if it's failing, like it solves camera and then it fails, if it's failing, before you refilm your whole footage, try detailed analysis. And what that'll do is it'll try a little bit harder, I guess. I mean, I don't know really how to explain that. And if it doesn't work, then I guess you have to shoot your footage a little bit more still, or you can just manually track. So what we're gonna do now is create a little track solid, a little, I can't get the name, a little solid, yeah. So I like this right here. So I'm gonna create that a solid. I'm gonna create a solid out of that. Sorry, I'm mumbling my words. So I think the portal is gonna go right here. I'm just gonna go through this and see if it looks good. Yeah, that looks pretty good actually. Now what I would do, I'm just gonna like put that over there. I mean, it doesn't actually matter, but now that we have that, we create the portal, and creating the portal is really easy. Now, you do need one plugin, but it's free and there's a link in the description. So, we go into new, solid, create a solid and call it Saber. If you don't want to call it Saber, just don't call it anything. It's just, I mean, I call it Saber just to save time. Or Portal. Actually, yeah, call it Portal. So now that we have this white solid, we need this plugin called Saber. And basically what this does, it's like for lightsabers and stuff. But what happens is now that we have this Saber, we go up here and we mask a circle. Make it look like a portal, kind of. Like that. Now that we have that, I'm going to move this into the middle and change this down to portal. So now we have that cool glary type. So now we go into customize core and we layer masks. Now you kind of see where this is going. But I'm still gonna scale down the mask just a bit. So I'm gonna remove the mask and make it smaller. There we go, like this. So now that we have our portal, now, I mean, after a while, you'll see the reason I redid that mask is because, let's say the mask is too big. Up here, what's going to happen is when we do that, the light is going to cut off. It's not that noticeable, but if you do this, look at that. So that's why I fixed that, and I made the mask more smaller and in the middle. But then we can just scale it back up. So right now it looks like this. So right now it's probably going to be on normal for you guys. You can either go screen, which kind of takes out the glow a bit, or add. I personally like add more because it's kind of like just giving you, I mean, I just like it more, honestly. So once we do that, we click the 3D button. It's gonna look like that at first, which obviously doesn't look good at all. Like you see, we don't want a flying portal, and if that doesn't happen, then you're in luck. But if it does happen, what I did is I basically just scrolled this Z back and I scaled it back up, and I kept scrolling back and scaling back up. And as you can see, it's starting to look a little bit more like it's there. But I do it a little bit more just to be sure, then I scale it back up. And don't worry, this doesn't affect the resolution or anything like that. I'm gonna go into transform and change this like that and put this, oops, put this down like that. Just so it looks like this. Then I'm gonna scale this down. It's loading. Now that's the other thing. If you don't scale it far back, if you scale it too far back, then it kind of goes like that. Portal should be there, it's right here. Looks good at first, and then you move. So what we do simply is we just put that back up a bit. Actually, I'm sorry for this. This is my first tutorial. And it should start to look a little better. Like, I think that's good actually, but I'm gonna scale it down actually. By the way, I know someone's gonna comment how many times I say like and actually and all that stuff. I don't know. Wait. Oh, I thought that was a scale. My microphone's right in front of me and I can't see. Sorry about that, but I'm gonna try and cut out the dumb stuff. So this is what it looks like right now. I'm a little happy with it, but it could be better. Like, I don't like how this moves over a bit. So, okay. Easier way to fix that, just do a scale and move it like that. So, I mean, that looks really good actually, in my opinion. But, you see right here how this should be there. Here. There we go. That looks good. There we go. And it automatically has its presets for you. So, like, the Saber plugin automatically does it for you. So you can actually change how this looks. You can change the glow. I leave it at normal. I think that looks the best, to be honest. Like, anything else would look kind of weird. Like, that looks weird. Glow intensity, that's up to you. Like, I wouldn't do that too badly. I mean, I guess that looks good. This looks pretty good, to be honest. But yeah, I just keep it normal like this. So now that we have our portal like this, one sec, there we go. So now that we have our portal like this, I'm gonna F9 that, click the F9 button and it'll just smoothen out the keyframes a bit. If you don't want to do that, then just Control Z if you're on Windows and it'll reset it. But now that we've done this, let's add this background. So I kind of just went on stock website and I got this little Santa Monica Pier play thingy. I don't know. I got the Santa Monica Pier video. I find it quite cool. I just love California, to be honest. So actually, if you want to see, this is what our portal looks like right now, like with the movement and everything. So our track is pretty good. So I know I keep droning on, but anyway. Now I click the 3D button on here. Actually, wait, no. Yeah, wait, yeah. I click the 3D button on here. And I'm gonna scale this down until it gets right about here. Now, like last footage, it goes right there. We don't want that, as you can see. Now this one, you're gonna wanna scroll the Z really far back. Like, give it a good amount like this, and then scale that back up. And then what you're gonna do is also, like, if you don't want to just go online and get your own footage, record your own. But I recommend using a wide lens and shooting in 4K, because you're gonna be scaling this in like this, like this. So now that you have this, as you move, because we zoomed this back, we put the Z really far back and then scaled it back up. As you play your video, you're gonna start to see that it looks like this. Now that's okay. I mean, I actually don't really like it that much, how that looks. You're gonna see how the background's moving slower, which is really good. Now I think I'm just going to grab this footage and slow it down a bit. 200. Like, it's up to you, it's whatever footage you use. But now that I slowed it down, you can see more like of that. But first of all, scroll through it before you just work on, because it could be like this, it could cut off. You might want to scale it up more, like there. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. So now that we have our footage in place, we're gonna bring the scale down. Actually, here, I'm gonna copy that, bring the scale down, and do this. There we go. We have our portal spawning in. But that looks a little bit robotic, kind of. So I'm gonna select these and click F9, and then it'll make the keyframe look like that. See, now that you look at it, kind of looks more natural, kind of. I'm also gonna add some motion blur, so click this and then click that. Now you have some motion blur. I'm also gonna put motion blur on this layer, just so it doesn't look off time, you know? And I think I might want to go over here to this and go like, hold on. Go more like that. I just like how this looks personally. It's up to you, however you want. Now that looks pretty good actually. So motion blur actually makes it lag a little more, but that's fine. That's just, it's not gonna lag in your final video. It's just gonna look like, it's just gonna slow down your rendering, your RAM preview. I'm gonna scale that up a tiny bit more because it's still cutting off. Now, for the part you've all been waiting for, let's put this inside the portal. So, what we're gonna do, and this is the part that I had trouble with, but what we're gonna do is we're going to actually duplicate this portal layer. Now for the top one, let's name this portal black, I don't know, just portal black. Now, if you still have changes that you want to do, like positioning to the portal, don't do this yet. But I'm done. I like where my portal is, so I'm going to do this. Portal black. You go into Saber and you just delete it. Now that you deleted it, it should be that. I mean, it's up to you. You can make the solid whatever color. I thought I made it black, but I made it white. So I'm going to rename, I'm going to click the enter button and then go portal white, just so I know. And now that it's white, I remove that. So now it's on normal. Now, of course, this just looks like a white portal. It looks like nothing's in there. But if you go over here, grab this, put it there. Now, you grab this and alpha. Wait, no, that's not what you do. Hold on. You go to your footage, your portal footage, the footage that you're going to look in and see, and you change that. So now you have that. Oh my god, what did I do? Hold on. 1 second. I just need to undo this. There we go. Anyway, like I said, put the footage under the portal white layer in alpha matte portal white. Now we have our portal. And it looks like this. As you can see, when you drag back the Z, it looks more like natural. It looks more like you're actually looking into a portal. And if you didn't do that, then it would look like the portal would be on the garage and the photo would be stuck on the garage too. Which doesn't look that real, considering the perspective change as you walk by. Because, yeah, I mean, it just doesn't look real. Like in the real portal game, you obviously shoot a portal there and here, you look in, you don't just see one spot. So yeah, this looks pretty good actually. But I wonder if I can do any other extra things to it, because this, I mean, that's what it looks like right now. I think it looks pretty good. But what I do to the footage now is I'd add some turbulent displacement. Oh, I really misspelled that. Turbulent displacement. And I'd put it on the footage. Don't make it too bad. Just make it like around that. Nah, not that. That's way too big. Maybe this. Yeah, that's okay. I like this. That's good. Okay. So you get the evolution, you set it to 0 or something, then you go all the way to the end and set it to 7. Depending on how long your video is. If you set it to 100, then it's gonna go like all over. It's just gonna shake the whole thing. So set it to like 5 seconds unless it's a minute, then it's gonna go super slow. But as you see, it looks a little bit more natural, kind of. And we can also add a glow just reflecting off here. Now that looks way too powerful. That's not what I want. So I want it to be like this. So we just remove the saber and we do this. And what happens now is we set that, oh no, I know, we keep that at add. Sorry, I'm telling you, this is my first tutorial. Now, because we have the mask, we feather this out. Oh wait, we feather it out that much. I like that. And what we can do is scale this down. Now, a lot of people think it's too bright. Like, a lot of people don't exactly like it. But I think it looks more natural, to be honest. Like, that looks pretty good. Like, I just like how it casts off the garage. And it's already 3D tracked on. So it's going to move, as you see. So that, like... Now, one more thing before the tutorial is over. I think I did okay. I think I'm just going to... Hold on one sec. I think I'm going to put it right here. Just as a floor shadow kind of thing. I think I'm going to put it on the floor right there. Kind of like this. Wait. That looks pretty good. Now, I know the portal's blue. I'm wondering if I should tint it blue. I think I'll tint it blue. So make it like a whatever color you want your portal to be. Like, I'll also have a link in the description for the Saber plugin if you want to check it out. I think the blue looks a little like odd, to be honest. Just like, there we go. Actually, you know, I like that, but I'm gonna do one with blue and without blue, so it looks, that looks like it's bleaching through. That looks good. I like it way more than the white, to be honest, now that I think about it. Wait a sec. I forgot that one thing. You know what we have to do? I completely forgot. Sorry, guys. So, now that we have that done, we have one more thing to do, and then we're done with our video. So now that we have that done, now we move on to... Didn't add the little glowy ball flying out. So what I do, I just get a whitish solid. This is really easy. And I kind of just do like a... kind of like that. And what I'm going to do is... You don't have to add it into the 3D track. And you don't have to mask your hand. Like, you can easily just do that. Looks good. Turn on the mask path and drag it like this. Now it's gonna be seen in fast motion. So now we get the position and the scale. I'm gonna grab this anchor point actually and move that there and then there. And now that it's there, once this portal grows out, I think I'm gonna fade this away with opacity. And yeah, that looks awful right now. So because I'm using blue, I'm gonna make that blue. And this blue. Of course, it still looks a little iffy. Delete the glow and make it add. I just remembered. Now, if you want to get a little bit more technical, as it moves, you can just kind of change that positioning and stuff. Or you can just completely use the Saber plugin and do a mask that moves. Kind of like that. And then I'm going to just animate this flying onto the wall. And then when it hits the wall, I'm gonna kind of make it open up a bit and like splat kind of. Now the front is gonna completely go like this. Kind of looks like a heart. Now I'm just gonna scale it kind of like this. Wait, just a little bit smaller. And it'll fade out there, and we have this cool ground thing. There, the cool ground glow, which opens up right as this does, which is the cool part of automatically having that. Now what you can do is edit in Portal sound effects. Now, I'm gonna do that while I'm editing this video, but it's up to your choice what you wanna do. Right now, I'm just gonna keep it like this. No sound effects. But now that we've done this, this is the final video. Here's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.